Hi, this is Matt from All Things Guitar. Got a great comment on the fan site, Facebook.com, All Things Guitar, in case you guys haven't gone there yet. The question was turnaround licks. Do I know any? Do I know any good ones? Not necessarily the blues master, so they're not always at the tip of my tongue. But what I do know is the anatomy of the turnaround lick, or the theory behind it, which is kind of my thing anyway. I'm always into the theory of everything. Basically what we're going to do today is we're going to do a 12-bar shuffle blues pattern. I'm not going to bore you through the whole 12-bar blues pattern. Basically we're playing an E7, we're playing an A7, and we're playing a B7. Now we're also at some point we had a C7, a slide. That's at the end of the turnaround lick. So the C7 really doesn't fit per se into the pattern, but it creates this nice kind of slide into the 5 chord or the B7. Now what we're going to do here is our E7 is our 1 chord. Now if you guys don't know chord harmony and scale theory, what you have to do is just kind of hit my website. I have a few pages on that. I'll give that website a little bit later. It's also in the credits. But what you need to know is that every key has 7 notes. And those 7 notes, if you give them numbers, create chord tones. And that's what I mean by 1, 4, and 5. If we're in E major, we're starting with E, the 1 chord. A would be 4 and B would be 5. So that's what I'm referring to. So we're going to take, at the end of our 12-bar blues pattern, normally we come back to an E7 for 2 bars. And that would kind of end the phrase. So we're kind of cycling through the whole 12 bars. I'm just talking about the last 2 bars. What we're going to do is we're going to replace those last 2 bars with a turnaround lick. The point of the turnaround lick is we have an E7 chord, which is E, G sharp, B, and a D. So we're going to basically create a pattern or a chromatic pattern from one note of the chord to another note of the chord. For instance, if I was going to go to the G sharp, I would go up to simply like that. That's like a walk up, or we can walk down to the G sharp. That would be a turnaround. Obviously that's a little boring. So what I did was I created this turnaround. Again, I'm starting on a G sharp and I'm kind of pedaling back and forth to an E. And then here comes the C7B slide. And that little lick would replace the last 2 bars of your 12-bar blues pattern, hence creating the turnaround. Again, the turnaround is we're going to target one of the 4 notes in the 1 chord and create some kind of a pattern. Obviously I'm using a step up from the G sharp rather, and I'm pedaling into that E, which is the root note of the chord. So I'm still using one of the notes of the chord, and that creates that nice little riff. Little slide down to the 5 chord, and we're back into our 12-bar blues. So that is kind of the anatomy of the blues turnaround. So that particular tab and PDF lesson is on my website, www.real-guitar-lessons.com. And of course, always visit the Facebook fan page, facebook.com, All Things Guitar, to get, general ramblings and all these nice videos. Thanks again for the post.